The first sound wasn't a voice. It was the crack of a folder slamming down, sharp as a gunshot, making the coffee cup in front of me shiver like it wanted to run. The boardroom was too bright, too clean, too silent. The lights hummed overhead like angry bees. Then came the sentence that sliced me in half. Effective immediately, Mara Keene, you are terminated. No one breathed. No one moved. You could have heard the ink dry. The board members stared at their papers like children pretending not to hear thunder, and there he was, Lyle Harrington, the new CEO, perched at the head of the table in his perfect navy suit and chokingly tight tie, grinning like a kid who'd just stolen someone's dessert. His eyes gleamed with a smugness that barely hid the flicker of fear behind them. 7 years of my life flashed like broken glass. The nights I'd fallen asleep at my keyboard, the birthdays I'd missed, the instant noodles eaten cold in a dark lab while servers blinked like lonely stars. And all of it ended with a single, neat sentence, but I didn't scream. I didn't beg. That's what he wanted. Instead, I stacked my file, pushed my chair back, and stood tall. Thank you, I said, just 2 words. Calm. Steady. Like I'd just been handed a receipt. The room shifted. Someone cleared their throat. Someone else's pen rolled off the table. Lyle didn't move, but I saw it, the twitch in his jaw, the crack in his victory mask. My thank you scared him more than any outburst ever could, because I wasn't bluffing. I had been waiting for this day that I walked out, my heels striking the hallway like gunshots. The glass walls threw back my reflection, a woman freshly fired, yes, but not defeated. No. Something lighter. Something free. That night, my apartment in the Mission felt like a war bunker, table buried under blueprints, contracts, and cold coffee cups stacked like fallen soldiers. My laptop was still frozen on the report I hadn't finished before my execution. My phone buzzed. Mara, are we still allowed to work? Jules.hr says everything's paused. Rena, guess we're trash now. Dev, their words gutted me. My team, my family, abandoned mid-battle. I couldn't answer. Not yet. Instead, I walked to the dusty cabinet in the corner. There she was, my mother, smiling softly in the photo from the birthday I had missed. 7 years of sacrifice. Was it worth it? The phone rang again. My mother's voice, gentle and trembling. Sweetheart, sometimes letting go is the only way to win. I wanted to believe her. But then I saw Lyle's face in my mind, saw the way he'd looked at me like a piece of junk code to be deleted. And something inside me hardened that I pulled out the old file box. My safeguard. My secret point. 2 years ago, when the company slashed our funding, I stayed until dawn rewriting the entire legal framework of the quantum grid project. And there it was, one single line, tiny but sharp as a blade. If direct supervision is removed, all control reverts to the chief architect. Me that I laughed for the first time that day. Not out of spite, out of certainty. The next morning, the city was buzzing. Lyle's face was everywhere, news feeds, Twitter, investor calls, spitting out buzzwords about synergy, optimization, and removing bloat. He meant me. By noon, a threatening email arrived from Helix Systems lawyers, requesting I hand over all rights. I smiled, reached for the file, and ran my fingers over the clause. Airtight. My weapon. That night, Market Street glowed with the company's new slogan, Future Without Limits. That I looked up at it and whispered, let's see how far those limits go. Launch day. That I sat in my apartment, laptop open, company Slack still logged in, they hadn't removed me yet. On my TV, the stage was set. Lyle strode out, grin blinding, voice polished like glass. Today, Helix Systems unveils the future of energy. Applause. Lights. A screen lit up behind him, showing the system dashboard. That I sipped my coffee, because I knew what was coming. They had rehearsed with my demo key, the one I left behind. But this was the real thing. The live environment. And only the true key could unlock it. The dashboard froze. One cold line appeared on the giant screen. License authorization expired. The silence that followed was deafening. 2 minutes passed. Nothing. 5 minutes. 10. Investors whispered, stood up, snapped notebooks shut, backstage, engineers scrambled like ants on a burning log. Lyle's fixed smile started to crack. His mic screeched, feedback piercing the room. Then Ellen, the COO, stood. Are you telling us the platform is out of our control? The room erupted. The live stream caught every second. Slack blew up on my screen. It's locked. Rena, guess who holds the key? Jules said. I leaned back, laughing softly. Not mocking, relieved. Lyle thought he had erased me. Instead, he had triggered the bomb I planted 2 years ago. By nightfall, headlines read, Helix system suffers public demo meltdown. They called it a glitch. I knew better that I closed my laptop and stared out at the glowing city. For the first time in years, I didn't feel trapped. I felt dangerous. Game on, I whispered. What would you have done in my place? Walk away, or burn the empire down to the ground? Tell me in the comments, because this story isn't over.